Hi, my name is Catherine Journay, known in the society as Countess Marguerite Ingen Lachlan. This video is how to read a value map. The purpose of this video is to try to teach people how to read a business architecture document called the value map, which describes, in this case, the value of an SCA membership. I developed this as a way of talking about our decreasing membership numbers. Please see my posts on this topic on a webpage called thepenmightier.com. Look for the posts that are tagged BOD, and that will help you read. There's two parts, part one and part two. This is the video that explains how to read a value map. So to get into it, come on, clicky, clicky. We have, this is the value map itself. It's a business architecture document. It describes the value a business's activities bring to a stakeholder or a customer. In this case, the customer is a paid SCA member. This value map is meant to be read both left to right and also up and down within its columns. So that is to say, the customer perspective is on the top row, and the customer, as I said, is a paid SCA member. This row here describes the value map stages. This is just a way of indicating what this stage is called, just so that you can get an idea of what is contained within this stage. This is the newsletter stage. This is a value that you get by being a paid member. This is an event discount stage. It's information. You get to have a discount because you're a member. You don't get to have an event discount if you are not a member. So this stage is inherent in being a paid member. This row here describes the expected outcome from the organizational perspective. So it is to say the outcome of this stage from the organization's perspective, even though the member's getting value, what does the business think about it? This row describes how you get into each one of your stages. This row describes what concludes your stage when your value has been achieved. This row describes the metrics that you would use to gauge the health of that stage. The newsletter example is a good one. So let's just go through newsletters just so that you understand how to read this thing. So the members, the customer here is a paid SCA member. At this stage, the member wants to know when events are and what they need to know about goings on in their region. They get to have access to newsletters as part of their paid SCA membership. So the expected outcome from the organization's perspective is that the SCA member is able to read the SCA newsletters, which contain important event announcements and officer announcements. The entry criteria is before you can even participate in this, you have to have a current paid membership, which implies that you have a membership number and that maybe you have signed a waiver. Okay. The exit criteria here is that the member has been able to select what publications they want. They have been able to download them and read them. At that point, the value of being a member for the newsletter stage has been achieved. The metric here is, in order to judge how much value we are actually realizing, or members in general are realizing from theirs, we would judge the health of the stage by reading newsletter download statistics. I don't know if these statistics exist. I presume that they do because you have to go to a portal to get the newsletters. But the download statistics should have some idea. If we have 100,000 members and 75,000 of them are actually downloading the newsletters, then we know how much value we're actually achieving from this stage. Another potential metric might be member newsletter selection statistics. Perhaps everybody is reading Tournaments Illuminated, but no one's really reading Kingdom newsletters. We could find this out. We could see how well we are doing at this stage. So all of these stages, so that's how you read it. You read it left to right as well. So that's the up to down portion. The left to right portion is, in this particular case, although each one of these stages does not necessarily build on each other the way they do in other business architecture value maps, I have tried to depict an increasing amount of the member involvement in the SCA. The first thing you do when you sign up is you get newsletters. You pay your money, you select your newsletters, you're a member, hooray, you have newsletters. The next thing most people do is they use that on an event discount. This is called supporting the organization, which I will get into in a second. This, being a member, gives you the right to vote in elections if your barony or your local area has elections. You can hold offices. You can host events. Presumably, until you've been involved in the SCA for a while, you're not going to host events, which is why this is a little further down the list. Gives you access to web ministry tools and also Fighting and Crown. These two stages are left blank. I assume that somebody will tell me about a value stage that I have missed that needs to be added into this. So I've left them alone for right now. Value can be either something concrete, like I don't get newsletters unless I am a member. They can also be something what I refer to as squishy value stages. That is not a technical term. Squishy value stages are things like a feeling, an emotion, something that you get by being a member. In this case, I'm calling this support the organization. I support the SCA with my membership dollars. The expected outcome of this particular stage is the member feels shared ownership of the event community experience, and the community receives needed volunteer hours. It's the expected outcome of this stage. So note that value can be both concrete and it can also be sort of more ephemeral. But these are things that you, perhaps support organization is something you do get by being only an SCA participant and not a paid member, because you're proud to be a member of the SCA, but there is a unique quality of supporting the organization with your dollars that this stage tries to represent. So going through this, there are 8 value stages. On slides 4 describes the stage numbers, and then here's the name of the stages again: newsletter, event, discount, support organization, vote in elections, hold offices. This section describes the scope of this stage. So that is to say, for the newsletter stage, it is SCA publications, Kingdom publications, regional publications, that kind of thing. And the objective of this stage, the reason why we have it at all, is to know what is happening with your Kingdom region and in the SCA as the whole. For your event discount stage, the scope of the stage is everything related to passing through the gate of any SCA event with an event fee. And then the objective of the stage is to not have to pay the non-member surcharge, but also you get streamlined gate paperwork. Parents with toddlers have told me that this has been really easy, that they don't have to fill out waivers, and that's one of the reasons why they get their membership. So here's the second page of the value map definitions. In addition to that, there are 2 additional slides, which are slides 6 and 7, which are additional definitions related to the SCA. Most of you all probably know this information cold. You could probably describe what a gate is, what a non-member surcharge is, what a kingdom is, what a web ministry is, what a crown tournament is. Okay, I included these pages just in case professionals who were not members of the SCA wanted to know what the heck we were talking about. So these are terms and how we define them in our club as far as corporate and also as far as corporate is concerned. But if we were to hire an outside contractor to come in and fix some stuff, these are terms that they need to be aware of, and I included them as part of this presentation. So that's how you read a value map. I hope this has been of use to you. Now go to thepenmightier.com and read my posts about this particular value map and how the value of membership has declined during COVID-19. Hope this helps. Thanks a lot.